Connectors are what make the Power Platform world go round, but they can also be used to extend and accelerate Copilot capabilities. And Shefaali is here with us today on the Low Code Revolution to show us how it's done. Welcome to the show, Shefaali.
Thank you so much, April. How have you been?
I've been great. I'm so happy to have you on and talk to us about this. First, before we dive into the topic, though, can you tell everyone a little bit about what you do at Microsoft?
Perfect. Yeah, so I am product manager for Power Platform Connectors certification, which is now completely evolved into the Copilot world. So you can say that I'm a product manager for Copilot extensibility and everything that requires to be certified and to be published into the Microsoft catalog for the world to use. That is something that I take care of at Microsoft.
Awesome. So I think right now we have over 1,200 connectors for different first and third party services for the Power Platform. Can you touch on a little bit kind of where that fits in though when it comes to Copilot capabilities and how connectors play into that story?
Absolutely. So we have great number of connectors already available for Power Platform, which can be used in Power Apps, Power Automate to automate your business workflows. But we also have the capability to extend them in Copilot Studio, where they can be utilized as plugins, or you can call it as Copilot connectors that you can utilize in Copilot for M365, so that your business processes can be automated through the chat experience using AI as well. So there is Power Platform connectors. On top of that, you can extend it using the knowledge and actions for Copilot for M365, and your business data, your apps, your workflows, your automations are just working seamlessly through three different platforms. Like you have the automation through Power Automate, you have the automation through Power Apps, and also now through Copilot for M365 and other Copilots.
Wow. So we can basically build one Copilot, and Copilot Studio can connect with Power Platform services, and then we can extend that capabilities with Microsoft 365 Copilot. So lots we can do there by just exposing our services via connectors, it sounds like.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So how does one go about, like, if you have a service that you want to be able to have accessible via the Power Platform and extend with Copilot, how do you go about getting that into the Power Platform?
Yeah, so I'm just going to give a little bit of introduction about what Power Platform connectors are. So we know that Power Platform connectors are wrapped around the API. So for example, you have an API which is Instagram or Facebook, but you want that particular API to talk to Power Automate, Power Apps, and Logic Apps. So you will just create accounts, and then you will add actions and triggers that will enable your particular API to speak with other different APIs as well. So now when you extend that in Copilot Studio as plugins or Copilot connectors, what happens is that these Power Platform connectors are available to speak with Copilot for M365 also. So you all the actions and triggers that you already have in your Power Platform connector can be utilized within Copilot Studio as chat experiences, where you can toggle your particular plugin to extract the data or render the data that you need from your API. So basically, your Power Platform connectors are instantly translatable to the AI world by utilizing them in Copilot.
Wow. So it seems pretty simple. So can anyone make one of these connectors and make them accessible, or is it mostly for like just ISV, I guess, if you own the service? Are you able to kind of make that available?
So everybody can do this. So once you have the custom connector or you have the certified connector that is available in the global catalog for Microsoft, you can take any of the connector and then you can use it in Copilot Studio. You can just pull out the Power Platform connector that you intend to extend as plugin, and that should be able to get tested and get published within Copilot, and you can use it for the chat experience as well.
Perfect. So can you tell us a little bit about more, like, what does the publishing story look like for getting a connector out there?
Amazing. Yeah, so we have a growing ecosystem of nearly 1,300 plus certified connectors. We have these connectors coming in from our verified publishers or the ISV enterprises, like the big companies that we have: Adobe, Snowflake, Autodesk, and we also have a huge community. Like 30% of our publishers are independent publishers also, who are community developers who contribute to our ecosystem by providing the connectors. So why should we actually certify the connectors or plugins? So great that you have built the custom connectors, but that particular custom connector will be available only in your particular tenant to be used. But if that connector is well enough and you think that that can be used by multiple different customers also for their use cases, then that is something that you should be able to do via certification. So certification enables you to expand the reach of your API. So Microsoft will actually test out these connectors and check if this is functioning as per the Microsoft standards, and then we'll deploy it in the global catalog. So anybody who is having Power Platform access or the Copilot Studio access or the Copilot should be able to then render it and then use it. And it also offers the users to have low friction to interact with your services, because then there would be a Microsoft stamping that okay, this is functioning properly, it has good reliability, it has good success rate, so it should be able to answer all the questions or run the automations that you expect. And then of course success and reliability becomes the most important thing, because ultimate customers are going to be huge companies and like government agencies who want to use it. So before it goes public, Microsoft makes sure that your connectors is functioning up to the mark. So the bonus benefits are that once you certify your connectors, they are going to be belonging to the 1300 plus Power Platform connector and plugin official list that the Microsoft has. And we do a lot of blogs and we do a lot of sessions where we market your connectors through Microsoft official channels. So this will amplify the use of your API. And you also have the ability to submit the templates which are created on these connectors. So the most commonly used scenarios can be converted into templates and they can be submitted. So automatically the consumers would go and directly use the templates to make sure that the automations are happening without them having to figure out how to use the connectors and connect different services. So these are the bonus benefits of certification as well. So, also, what can we actually certify? So, we have Power Platform connectors that we can certify. Then we can certify the Power Platform connector and extended plugins also. And then we can certify the version upgrade of existing Power Platform connectors and the extended plugins also. And based on these Power Platform connectors, you can also create the flow templates that can be certified, so that the end customer does not have to figure out every time which connector to use and what is the template that they should be using for doing the certification. So we certify the templates as well. But what do we actually check in certification? So there are three main things that we check in the certification. One is the branding requirements. So the title, the name, the description, the support information, and the licensing agreement for your particular connector. So we want to make sure that you are not duplicating the connector in the catalog, and we want to make sure that the searchability for your particular connector is huge. And if there is in case any issue with your connector or the customer has further queries, they should be able to reach out to you. So that becomes the part of the support information that you are going to be providing. Then we also check for the technical requirements like the Swagger properties and the connection parameters. So basically, we want to make sure that the connector that you have defined functions properly and the properties are established in a proper way, so that the customers are able to identify the information that they want to access and the data that they want to use. And we also check for the functional requirements, wherein the success rate should be higher than what we expect, and the operation responses should be as appropriate as expected. And we also once we certify, we give this back to you for testing, and once you provide us the go live, like everything is working fine, we should be able to then deploy it in the public catalog. We have two different types of publishers. One is the verified publisher, and we also have the independent publishers. So, who are verified publishers? So, verified publishers are the ones who own the underlying service behind their connector and plugin, and they have the accountability for that particular connector. For example, Adobe wants to certify or submit a connector which is Adobe PDF Sign, and that is going to be our verified publisher connector. But independent publishers are those who don't own the underlying service behind their connector. For example, a community developer who can be a student who thinks that WhatsApp API he can utilize to create the connector and wants to publish it. So we actually encourage a lot of community developers to take part in our platform connector ecosystem, so that we have maximum number of connectors available for our end users. So, what does the verified publisher certification process look like? So, somebody who is an enterprise can prepare their connector and plugin artifacts. They can author the connector in Maker Portal or Power Automate, and then they can add that particular connector within solution at Maker Portal, and then they can extend this particular connector in Microsoft Copilot Studio. And once they want to make this certified, they will have to add intro.md file, which is going to be the supporting documentation file for that particular connector and plugin. And they will have to structure the solution package as per the guidelines for certification. Now, once all of this package is generated, they'll create a SaaS URI and they'll come to Partner Center. They'll create their account. If the account already exists, that is good. So this is going to be a one-time effort, and they'll enroll in Microsoft 365 and Copilot program within Partner Center, which is also one-time effort. Now, within Microsoft 365 Copilot program, they can create a new offer under Power Platform Connector offer type, and they can update the offer with connector and plugin details as per the guidelines. They can review the content of their offer and they can publish the offer. Now, once the offer is published, it comes to Microsoft queue for certification, and Microsoft will initiate certification for the connector and plugin. If the certification is passed, great, we will deploy it. If the certification fails, we will send the certification report back, and we will tell what are the missing artifacts that needs to be updated. So if the certification is passed, we will deploy the connector and plugin onto the preview environment where the ISVs can go and test it. And if they feel that it is functioning as expected, they will have to confirm the go live to Microsoft within 48 hours. And once the go live is confirmed, we will deploy the connector to Power Automate, Power Apps, and Logic Apps. And the plugin is deployed for IT enablement in Microsoft 365 Admin Center, to be utilized, of course, in Copilot for M365. And we also have independent publishers who are associated with us. And for them, the certification process is quite simple. So what they have to do is they have to identify if the connector is already existing using the Power Platform GitHub repository. If it does not exist, then they can submit a pull request on GitHub with their connector details. And Microsoft will then approve their PR, certify it, and proceed with the global deployment. We have a quick demo to see how the demo of the certification process for the verified publisher looks like. This demo will show how enterprises and ISVs can prepare their connector and plugins for certification and publishing. On Power Automate, create solution and add existing custom connector or create a new custom connector. When the custom connector is added, then run solution checker to validate the static rules for connector. Then export the connector solution. On Power Automate, now create test flow solution and add instant test flow for your connector. Then export the test flow solution. Now navigate to Microsoft Copilot Studio and add new action and select connector type. Add the connector which you want to extend as Copilot plugin. Author the connector plugin and test actions. Once the test results are satisfactory, publish the plugin. On the plugin details page, export the plugin solution. Now package the three solutions you have exported: connector solution, test flow solution, and AI plugin solution. Add the intro.md file to this package, which will describe your connector and plugin. Create a SaaS URI of this package. Log in and sign up to Partner Center and enroll in M365 and Copilot program. Navigate to Home and Marketplace offers. Within Microsoft 365 and Copilot program, you will find Power Platform Connector offer. Create a new offer for your Copilot connector and plugin, for example, Docusign. In the Packages tab, provide the SaaS URI of the package containing connector, plugin, test flow, and intro.md file. If your connector contains OAuth authentication, then provide client ID and client secret. In the Properties tab, select the categories that best suit your connector plugin. This enhances searchability. Under the Legal and Support info, sign the standard contract from Microsoft or provide your own contract. Provide the privacy link and support link for your customers. In the Availability tab, choose if you wish to make the product available to general audience or provide hide key for limited availability of your connector and plugin. Proceed with Review and Publish. Validate the information provided and click on Publish to submit the offer. Once you have submitted the offer in the product overview page, you will get real-time update on how your connector and plugin is moving through certification lifecycle. If there is error in any stage, then you will be provided with certification report here to fix the issues and resubmit the offer. If you wish to submit the update of your connector or plugin, you can reopen the offer and make updates and resubmit. Once the connector is certified, it will appear in Power Apps, Power Automate, and Logic Apps, and the plugin will be available in Copilot for M365.
All right. Well, that process looks pretty cool. Do you have anything else to show, like demo wise, for how some of this works?
Yes, so actually, we work very closely with our partner Docusign, and they work with us to create the connector and also the extended Copilot plugins. So, we just have a quick demo of how the whole ecosystem of this technology is helping Docusign at their end.
Our employees rely on agreement information as essential to their work. This information should be easily accessible within the systems we use daily. However, many struggle to locate, collaborate on, and manage agreements efficiently. This results in deal delays, redundant tasks, and decreased productivity. The common challenge we encounter is, how can our sales team seamlessly access their sales agreements within their productivity suite? Thanks to independent software vendors and partners such as Docusign, who are solving this problem for customers with AI-powered agreement insights and Microsoft Copilot within the applications where we work. Microsoft Copilot Studio provides the essential tooling for Docusign to extend Copilot for Microsoft 365 with Power Platform connectors. An intuitive and friendly experience lets you take an existing Power Platform connector, select the actions you want to enable, provide the description for an AI, and add conversational starters. With a few clicks, you are able to test the plugin that you just created with Copilot for Microsoft 365 and use natural language to easily look up which loan applications are pending from last week. And once you are done with testing, branding, and other formalities, you can publish it into Microsoft Admin Center. Additionally, you can also easily export/import your plugins, artifacts across various environments. And if it all looks good, download it for certification and make it available for other customers such as us to use. For sales line of business partners, you can also extend Copilot for Sales. With the plugin enabled for the sales team, we can now see insights for DocuSign agreements that need follow-up as part of record summaries in Copilot for Sales. We can also get the context of all past agreements signed with our customers whom we are engaging with, in the context of the customer's conversations. If we have any more questions on the agreements, we can use the chat ability in Copilot for Sales to get additional details. Here's another example wherein our HR manager, Molly Smith, can now easily search for all pending offers and more specifically, those that contain keywords for a particular set of roles. Example, what's the status of offer letters for open product and engineering roles? All this without leaving Copilot for Microsoft 365. DocuSign's integrations with Microsoft Copilot provide AI-powered agreement insights to help drive employee productivity, close deals faster, and manage renewals at scale. Everyone in our company across HR, sales, procurement, legal, and more can now use natural language to ask Copilot for agreement status and soon the ability to summarize, extract key information, send reminders to others, and more.
So what I love about the connector story there, it seems like there's three main ways if you want to integrate your service, right, that you can do that via connectors. So if you're a company and you have an internal API, you can integrate that, create a custom connector, and just use that internally. But if you want to take it a step further and get that certified so that people in the broader world can benefit from that, you can either do that as a community member and through the verified independent publisher, connector program there. You can get that verified there, or you can do a verified connector if you're an ISV that wants to expose your service to everyone to be able to use inside of the Power Platform and extend with Copilot. So multiple ways for you to integrate with your services and extend with Copilot and all that. And it seems relatively straightforward and simple to do as well. So I really love that there's so many ways that we can integrate our services within the Power Platform. So thanks for showing that off. Now, if people want to learn more, where can they go?
So if you have any questions, you can reach out to certification team at Microsoft.com. We also have a lot of articles on MS Learn, which you can leverage to understand how you can create the custom connectors, how you can create the extended Copilot plugins, and also how you can certify them.
Great. Yeah, lots of wonderful content on Learn, so definitely check that out. You can learn everything that you need to know about how to create these custom connectors and how to get it certified and all of that. So thank you so much for coming on and showing us more about this program and how we can get your connectors that we're building verified and extend Copilot with those capabilities, Shefaali. And thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Low Code Revolution.